And now we go over to streaming and various streaming platforms. This one is going to be Apple TV Plus. And this is the one that you liked because you thought you never heard anything about this and it was a bit, ooh, The Crowded Room. Now, The Crowded Room, oof, this is a the Crowded Room has shown up on this podcast before because I talked about the fact that I was watching it, and I would talked about the fact that on the Pilot TV podcast done by Empire Magazine, they had a public service announcement, which was that you should probably go into this show not knowing as little as possible. Don't Wikipedia it. Don't don't Wikipedia it. Don't find out anything about that because it's based on a book. It's based on things of this are based on an actual real life thing that happened. So, it will, and there's a book that this is based on, and the title of the book is quite frankly a spoiler for the TV show. So the title of the book tells you exactly what the deal is going on in this TV show. So, all I would say to you, Holly, is that this has something to do with something we were talking about before we pressed record on the podcast today. That's all I would say. So for you to sort of try and figure that out, but for anybody else, I'll give you the premise. So you have Tom Holland. The show kicks off, and you see Tom Holland, and Tom Holland is in 70s New York. He's in 70s New York, and he is there with Sasha Lane. Sasha Lane, and they get on the subway. They get on the subway, and you can see that they're going on, and it looks all tense and everything like that. They get to somewhere which would have been round about the Rockefeller Center. You know, the bit in New York where they have that massive statue of Atlas carrying the world on his shoulders. They get there, they see somebody, they go, hey! And they start chasing this person and start trying to shoot at him and shoot at him and shoot at him. And you're like, why are they shooting at this person? What's going on? Then Tom Holland ends up in a what's it called? He ends up being arrested after after firing off a gun in the middle of it. He ends up being arrested. However, only he is arrested, and you can't find the person. Like, they can't find the person who he was with. So the character played by Sasha Lane, they can't find that. So he then comes in Amanda Seyfried, and Amanda Seyfried starts interviewing him and saying, "What's going on? What happened? Why were you there? Why can't we find this person? Where are they? Where did you go here?" And he starts telling the story. He starts telling the story of, oh, this is what happened. But for some reason, he goes all the way back to his childhood to explain all these different things as to why he was there, what happened, and what went on with his life. And little by little, in each episode, they reveal exactly what is going on. Like who Amanda Seyfried's character actually is, how she got involved in the whole thing, what he actually is, who was the person that they were trying to shoot. All these different things get revealed episode after episode. And roundabout episode 6, it gets unveiled what is actually happening. And the thing with The Crowded Room is the way it is told is the only thing that keeps any intrigue in the story, because the central thing of the story has been told before in other ways. We've seen it over and over again in all sorts of different media. And if they had come out telling you this is what's going on, and then you there will be nothing. There will be nothing, which is why I would say don't look up the title of the book, because once you know what that's in, the show has lost everything. The show has lost anything that it has to offer, quite frankly. The second you look at it, the show's lost everything it has to offer, in my opinion anyway, because also here's another thing. There's a small little thing on our YouTube channel, just like a snippet. It's called The Crowded Room Beware, and that is because you might think, oh, at the beginning of a show, if a show is based on a book, what happens in the credits at the beginning of the show? They say based on the book.
Based on, yeah.
Yeah, they say based on the book. So obviously you might think, okay, I don't want to know anything about this. So the credits are going to start playing, and I'm going to hit skip on the credits, right? Hit skip on the credits. Therefore, you get past the credit, you get to watch the show. You don't have to see the name of the book. You don't have to have the whole show spoiled for you. But the thing is, when you hit skip on the credits, it takes you to the screen that says based on the book. Which is just incredibly stupid. So by the time I figured this out, I think I'd already started figuring out what was going on, because I don't think it is that well hidden or quite that difficult to get your head around. But it is the only thing to keep your interest in it. I think the performances are good. I think this show is too long. I think probably 8 episodes would have been fine instead of 10.
Oh,
And yeah, and everybody does well, but in the end, it makes you go and look for the real life thing that actually happened. And when you look at the real life thing that actually happened, you realize why they didn't just make an adaptation of what actually happened. Because what actually happened raises a lot more questions that you cannot just make entertainment about.
Interesting.
Yeah, what happens when I the stuff that they do in the show, and they kind of go, well, we have to do it this way because, oh, come on, help us out. And when you read what actually happened in real life, you're like, oh, no, wait, no, that is a lot more thorny. That is a lot more thorny, and it's a lot more. That is a lot less Saturday night entertainment.
Oh,
That's some
okay.
serious issue that we need to deal with here. That you if they tried to make it would look like they were sweeping under the carpet, and I still think that they were kind of sweeping under the carpet making this show. So all in all, I would give this a 3 out of 5. I hopefully have gone through an entire review without actually telling you anything. But if you yeah, but Holly, I reckon you might like this. You might like this, or you might hate this. But either way, you will have a lot to say about it after you watched it. So I think
Right.
The Crowded Room with Tom Holland and Amanda Seyfried on Apple TV Plus.
Okay.
I think you'd like it. Or
Um,
rather, no, I think it would be interesting. Let me put it this way: I would like whatever your reaction is after watching this, because
I will watch us and I will share.
I think you might have quite a lot to say about it.